You walk out of the grocery store, arms full, keys in hand, and there it is. A massive, ugly, white and yellow paint smear dragged across your car door like someone keyed it and didn't care. Your stomach drops, your jaw tightens, you run your finger across it and feel the raised ridge of foreign paint sitting right on top of your clear coat like a scar. You already know what's coming. The body shop, the quote, the 3-day wait, the humiliation of handing over $300 for something that took someone else 30 seconds to cause. But what if I told you that Scuff, that exact Scuff, can disappear completely in under 60 seconds? Not covered up, not buffed over with a temporary filler. Gone, mirror clean, flawless. And the entire thing costs you $1. I watched it happen in a parking lot in broad daylight. A guy pulls out a small cloth, applies something from 2 items he grabbed from his bathroom in his garage, rubs it in slow circles for about a minute, wipes it off, and the paint transfer is completely erased. The door looks like it rolled off the factory floor this morning. $1, 60 seconds. $300 problem. Solved. The $40 billion auto body and detailing industry does not want you to finish this video. I am completely serious. What you are about to learn is the exact same mechanical principle they charge you hundreds of dollars for, broken down into plain English, using things you already own. Welcome to the buried blueprint. I am going to expose exactly how this works, exactly what to buy if you don't already have it, and exactly how to apply it. But first, if you believe corporations deliberately hide cheap, effective solutions to keep you paying premium prices, hit subscribe right now and ring that bell. Because that is exactly what this channel exists to prove every single week. Now let's talk about the scam first, because you need to understand what you're actually dealing with before you understand why the cheap fix works so well. You walk into any auto body shop with a parking lot scuff and paint transfer on your bumper or door. The tech takes one look at it, maybe runs their finger across it the same way you did, and immediately starts using language designed to make you feel helpless. Paint correction, clear coat damage, cut and polish cycle, compound stage, followed by a finish polish. They're throwing professional terminology at you like a smoke screen. And it works, because most people have no idea what any of it means. Here is what it actually means. Micro-Abrasion. That is it. That is the entire secret behind every single paint correction service in every body shop in America. They are using a mildly abrasive compound, applying mechanical friction in circular motions, and leveling the clear coat down until the foreign paint transfer is removed and the surrounding surface is smooth again. The compound they use costs them maybe $4 for a bottle that lasts months. The labor takes about 3 to 5 minutes per panel. They charge you $300 to $500 for it. And here is the part the body shops will never put on their website. The vast majority of parking lot scuffs and paint transfers are not scratches at all. You did not lose paint, you gained it. What you are looking at when you see that ugly white and yellow smear is the other car's paint sitting on top of your clear coat. Your paint is still there, completely intact, underneath. The damage is mostly surface contamination sitting on top of a layer you never lost in the first place. That changes everything about how you approach fixing it. Because if the foreign paint is sitting on top of your clear coat, and your clear coat is a hard, transparent protective layer over your actual color, then all you need to do is dissolve the foreign paint and lightly buff away the shallow micro-abrasions left behind. You don't need a machine polisher, you don't need professional compound. You don't need to schedule a 3-day appointment and hand over your car keys. You need chemistry, the right chemistry, and it costs $1. But before I tell you exactly what it is, I need to stop for just a second and tell you something important. This parking lot scuff fix is just one entry in a much larger library of solutions that the auto industry, the construction industry, the energy industry, and the chemical manufacturing industry have buried for the same reason. These are not conspiracy theories. These are documented cases of cheap, unpatentable, highly effective solutions that were quietly abandoned because they could not generate the kind of repeat revenue that branded, trademarked, expiring products can. No patent means no monopoly. No monopoly means no profit machine. So they vanish from store shelves and from public knowledge. We have compiled dozens of these solutions into one place. It is called the Complete Buried Blueprint Vault, and the link is in the description right now. Classified home DIY guides, survival techniques, energy-saving methods, and repair hacks that contractors and manufacturers have kept off mainstream channels for decades. Go check it out after this video. But stay right here, because exactly how you apply what I am about to reveal changes everything. The technique is as important as the ingredients. Do it wrong and you risk nothing, but do it right and you get a mirror finish every single time. All right, here it is. White toothpaste. Not gel. White. And WD-40, that is your $1 paint correction compound. I know how it sounds. But stay with me, because the science behind this is not a folk remedy or a garage myth. It is legitimate surface chemistry, and once you understand it, you will never look at a parking lot scuff the same way again. Toothpaste, specifically white toothpaste, contains an ingredient called hydrated silica. If you flip over a tube and read the inactive ingredients, you will find it listed. Hydrated silica is a microscopic abrasive. It is what gives toothpaste its cleaning power on tooth enamel, which, by the way, is the hardest substance in the human body. This is not a gentle substance. It is engineered to remove surface-level staining and buildup through controlled micro-abrasion without gouging the underlying material. Sound familiar? It should. Because that is the exact same principle your body shop uses when they run a compound stage on your paint. They are using a micro-abrasive to level the surface. The only difference is the scale and the branding. Professional cutting compound uses aluminum oxide or silicon dioxide particles at a controlled micron size. White toothpaste uses hydrated silica at a very similar micron range. The mechanism is identical. Now here is where WD-40 becomes essential, and this is the part that elevates this from a toothpaste-only trick to something that actually works on paint transfer consistently. WD-40 is primarily a solvent-based lubricant. Its original formulation was designed to displace water and break down petroleum-based residues and oxidation. That is exactly what makes it perfect for this application. Foreign automotive paint is a petroleum-based compound. When WD-40 contacts paint transfer sitting on your clear coat, it begins to chemically break down the molecular bonds holding that foreign paint together. It starts to soften and loosen it from the surface. At the same time, WD-40 acts as a lubricant during the polishing process. This is critical. When you apply toothpaste directly to dry paint and rub without a lubricant, there is a risk, albeit a small one, of the abrasive particles dragging across the surface unevenly and creating fine swirl marks. By combining the WD-40 with the toothpaste, you are creating a slurry, a wet, suspended abrasive compound, which distributes friction evenly, prevents the grit from dragging, and dramatically reduces the chance of introducing new micro-scratches. Together, what you have created is a primitive but chemically legitimate micro-polishing compound. The WD-40 dissolves and softens the foreign paint. The hydrated silica in the toothpaste removes the softened residue and buffs the micro-abrasions in the clear coat. The result is a leveled, polished, transparent clear coat with no foreign paint transfer remaining. This is not magic. This is chemistry. The body shop is doing the same thing with a different label on the bottle and $300 extra in their pocket. Now let me give you the exact process, step by step, so you do not make any mistakes. First, clean the scuffed area with a damp cloth or a quick wipe down. You want to remove any loose dirt, dust, or grit from the surface before you start. If you rub abrasive compound over grit, you risk dragging larger particles across the clear coat. Just wipe it clean. This takes 10 seconds. Second, spray a small, controlled amount of WD-40 directly onto the paint transfer scuff. You do not need to drench it. A 1-second spray that coats the affected area is enough. Let it sit for about 15 to 20 seconds. This gives the solvent time to begin softening the foreign paint before you introduce any friction. Watch closely what happens even at this stage. You will often see the paint transfer begin to look slightly different, slightly looser, as the WD-40 starts to do its job. Third, squeeze a small, controlled amount of white toothpaste, about the size of a dime, onto a clean microfiber cloth. Not a paper towel, not a regular rag, a microfiber cloth. The microfiber is critical because it holds the abrasive compound in suspension against the surface and prevents scratching from the cloth itself. If you do not own a microfiber cloth, they are available at any dollar store for $1 for a pack of 2. Get them. Fourth, and this is where the technique matters, begin rubbing the toothpaste and WD-40 compound over the scuff in tight, circular motions. Not back and forth, not side to side. Circles. Small, controlled circles with moderate pressure. The reason is surface physics. Linear rubbing creates directional micro-scratches that catch light and look like swirl marks. Circular motion distributes the micro-abrasion evenly in all directions, which creates a uniform surface level that reflects light consistently. This is the exact technique professional detailers use, and it is not a coincidence. Apply moderate pressure, not aggressive, grinding pressure. You are not trying to sand through the clear coat. You are trying to level it gently and remove the softened foreign paint sitting on top of it. Let the chemistry do the heavy work. Your job is consistent circular motion for approximately 60 seconds on the affected area. Fifth, after 60 seconds of circular application, stop. Fold the microfiber cloth to a clean, dry section and begin wiping away the residue. Use long, gentle wipes to remove the toothpaste and WD-40 mixture from the surface. As the residue wipes away, you will see the panel begin to reveal itself underneath. This is the moment. Watch closely what happens next, because this is where people either see a miraculous result or a slightly better result that needs a second pass. If there is still visible paint transfer remaining, do not panic. Repeat the process. Apply another short burst of WD-40, another dime of toothpaste, and another 60 seconds of circular motion. Most light to medium paint transfers disappear in one pass. Heavier transfers may require 2 or 3 passes. Each pass removes more of the foreign paint and polishes the clear coat further. Sixth, once the paint transfer is completely gone, take a clean, dry microfiber cloth and buff the area with light, circular strokes to bring out the final shine. At this point, if your car's clear coat was in good condition before the scuff, the treated panel should look indistinguishable from the surrounding paint, mirror-like, clean, flawless. One final important safety note. This method works on clear-coated modern automotive paint, which is the standard finish on virtually every car manufactured since the late 1980s. It works on black, white, silver, red, blue, any color, because the clear coat is transparent and colorless. You are not removing color. You are polishing clear glass that sits over the color. This method is not intended for deep, sharp scratches that have penetrated through the clear coat and into the base color layer or the primer. If you can feel a sharp groove with your fingernail that catches on the surface edge, that is a deeper scratch and requires a different approach. But if it is paint transfer and shallow micro-abrasions, which describes the vast majority of parking lot scuffs and door dings, this is your fix. Every time. Now, let's talk about what just happened financially, because I want you to sit with this for a moment. You just solved a $300 to $500 body shop problem with approximately $1 in materials. If you already own WD-40, which most households do, your cost was essentially zero. If you needed to buy both items from scratch, a small travel tube of white toothpaste and a can of WD-40, you are looking at around $4 to $5 total, with enough remaining product to handle dozens of future scuffs. Compare that to the body shop quote, $300 minimum for a cut and polish service. Some shops in major cities quote $400 to $500 for a single panel. And what are they doing for that money? They are doing exactly what you just did. Applying a micro-abrasive compound to your clear coat in circular motions with a foam pad and a machine buffer, then wiping it clean. The machine makes it faster, and the professional compound is slightly more refined, but the fundamental chemistry and the fundamental technique are the same. The $40 billion auto detailing industry is built on one thing, the gap between what people know and what they don't know. They use technical language to make you feel unqualified. They use fear, the fear of clear coat damage, the fear of paint correction going wrong, the fear of voiding warranties, to make you hand over your keys and your credit card without question. And here is the part that should make you genuinely angry. They know about this. Every single auto detailing professional knows that white toothpaste contains abrasive silica. Every professional detailer knows that WD-40 loosens paint transfer. They are not unaware of the cheap version. They have simply calculated that as long as you don't know, they can keep charging you $300 for 60 seconds of work they could teach a 12-year-old to do. The industry prays you never figure this out. Every view on this video is a body shop losing a customer. Every person you share this with is another car owner who never gets handed a $300 invoice for a parking lot scuff again. So do something with that. Hit subscribe. Share this video with every car owner you know, because this channel exists to systematically dismantle the gap between what you're told and what is actually true, industry by industry, solution by solution. And don't forget to check the complete buried blueprint vault in the description below, because this is just one of dozens of solutions that have been buried, replaced, and monetized at your expense. The vault has all of them. The next blueprint opens soon, and what's inside is even heavier.